$1,000. Now, during the break, team chose blindly between two sets of questions. You will have set B, and Issa has set A. As there are 4 of you left, you get a 4-step head. Hands on buzzers. Best of luck. And your time starts now. How many X's are in the common spelling of xylophone?
1.
Correct. In which decade was American rapper Jay-Z born?
60s.
60s. Who directly followed Tony Blair as UK Prime Minister?
Brown.
Peter.
Cameron.
Gordon Brown. Which aircraft manufacturer makes the E-190 plane?
Nancy.
Bowie.
Embraer. Which US singer and rapper released the hit song Fergalicious?
Jen.
Maggie. Correct. In which Latin American country is the city of Juarez?
Mexico.
Tom.
Mexico.
Correct. What form of transport is referred to as a whirlybird?
Helicopter.
Jen. Plane.
Helicopter. Of which Australian state did David Hurley become governor?
Peter.
With a Hoover.
Victoria.
New South Wales. Will Ferrell stars in the 2015 film Daddy's Where?
Tom.
Home.
Correct. Of which football code was Nick Farr-Jones a champion player?
Rugby.
Rugby.
Correct. What is the predominant colour of the €20 banknote?
Tom.
Blue.
Correct. In TV's Kath and Kim, which main character is a butcher?
Jen. Pass.
Kel. In which country is the Kiel Canal?
Germany.
Tom.
Spain.
Germany. The Manhattan Project took place during which World War?
World War II.
Second.
Correct. What nationality is comedian Jim Gaffigan?
Peter.
Irish.
American. A common idiom for straining mentally is to rack one's what?
Brain.
Brian.
Correct. Of which country is Mount Whitney one of the highest peaks?
USA.
Canada.
USA. In which social science was Heinrich Schliemann a pioneer?
Psychology.
Peter.
Philosophy.
Archaeology. In economics, GDP stands for gross what product?
Domestic product.
Correct. Which sea lies directly south of Scotland and west of England?
Irish Sea.
Nancy.
The Irish Sea. What term means both the front of a boat and to bend over?
Bow.
Tom.
Pass.
Bow. A popular canned legume product is baked what?
Peter.
Beans.
Beans.
Correct. What is the title of Bob Dylan's first album?
Bob Dylan.
That title would be Bob Dylan. Team, it's a score of 14. Now, pushbacks are going to be your friend. With a 4-player brains trust, you should convert the pushbacks. How many are they going to need, Issa?
Oh, goodness me. Well, I am tired today, so I may go a little bit slower. So, yeah, maybe 4, 5, something like that. It's on a slow day.
Final chase after these news headlines.
Thanks, Andrew. Next, a man charged with the murder of a popular mother of 4. The massive New Year's Eve security operation, 12 months in the making. Why you might not be able to get a bus home from this year's fireworks. A top cop's extraordinary claim about Melbourne's gang crisis. African youths, trash in New Estates Community Centre. A booze ban extended on St Kilda Beach after a wild party. More than a dozen dead in a horror New York fire. Why Prince Harry is in trouble with the in-laws. Apple admits sabotaging its iPhones. The PM in strife for not wearing a life jacket. And our roll call of this year's adopted rescue dogs.
This news update brought to you by Apia Insurance. Rewarding experience.
Thanks to the newsroom for that. Now, it is well worth remembering that with the exception of the beast, chasers are human too, okay? And Issa's a little bit tired today. Nerds tire too. Just remember that, okay? So, there's every possibility you'll get some pushbacks. Team, I wish you the best of luck. Issa, good to go?
Yes.
It's time for the final chase. Issa, your time starts now. The retail acronym BOGOFF stands for Buy One, Get One what?
Right.
Correct. Pat Morita plays Keisuke Miyagi in which iconic film
The
series?
Karate Kid.
Correct. Which commentator and former AFL player is nicknamed Richo?
Richards.
Stop the clock.
Matthew Richardson.
That's the answer, Matthew Richardson. Well done. Yeah, 13 required, 1:45 on the clock. Time restarts now. In which Australian state is Jandakot Airport?
WA.
Correct. An 80s hit song for ABBA was Lay All Your What On Me?
No.
Correct. How many umpires officiate a regulation field hockey match?
1.
Stop the clock.
2, I guess.
There's got to be a central one.
Yeah, until it's either 2 or 3. Yeah. What number am I? 1 or 3 behind my back?
So we're doing 3? Tom, you're the team captain. Make a call, brother.
Going with 3. 3.
See, I saw the number you were holding behind your back, Tom. The number you were holding behind your back was 2. The answer is 2. Yeah. All right.
Actually going from 1 to 3 with that same 2.
11 required. And your time restarts. Now, an idiom meaning to take a risk is to stick one's what out?
Neck.
Neck?
Correct. American Tony Alva was influential in which extreme sport?
Oh, skydiving.
Stop the clock.
He said skydiving. We can rattle them off. We need one, don't we? Yeah.
American.
Oh. No.
Oh.
Tony Alva, I know it.
Yeah?
There you go. Skateboarding.
Yes, Tom.
It just clicks. I've seen the movie like 10 times. It just clicks for me out.
Terrific. Great work, Tom.
That was extraordinary. My goodness.
Oh, 1:17 on the clock and your time restarts now. Gretel Colleen rose to fame as the host of
Big Brother.
Correct. From which modern language is the word aficionado borrowed?
Aficionado. Aficionado. Italian.
Stop the clock.
Oh.
I'm 9% sure. I'm banking on you, Ian. Yeah.
Right.
But we're all happy with it. Yeah, all happy with it. Spanish.
Hola. Well done. Good work.
Oh, dearie me.
11 required. 1:07 on the clock. And your time restarts. Now, in which sport is Australian Dwayne Dunn a famous name?
Cricket.
Stop the clock.
No idea.
Yes. Horse racing.
Horse racing, eh? It's going to be as tight as they get. And your time restarts. Now, what was the title of the first sequel to hit horror film Saw?
Thornton.
Correct. Which US international airport has the IATA code HNL?
Honolulu.
Honolulu.
Correct. Which mollusk gives its name to a blade cut of beef?
Oyster blade.
Mollusk. Oyster.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
In which capital city was Mahatma Gandhi assassinated?
Delhi.
Delhi.
Correct. Which animal's name is commonly abbreviated to rhino?
Rhinoceros.
Correct. The Balti Bridge is named for a premier of which state?
Victoria.
Victoria.
Correct. Which human bone is not directly articulated to any other bone?
Hyoid.
Correct. In which Australian capital city is the suburb of Innaloo?
Sydney.
Perth.
Correct. Man-Eater is a hit song by Nelly who?
Nelly Furtado.
Correct. Idiomatically, to suddenly stop talking is to clam what?
Clam shut.
Correct. In which North American country is the city of Guadalajara?
Mexico.
Correct. Which English Premier League team is nicknamed the Potters?
Stoke-on-Trent.
Stop the clock.
Oh.
Oh, team. After all the hard work, the highs and the lows of your game, it all comes down to this. Give me this pushback. You've won.
I've heard of it, but I can't
Which
remember who it is.
English Premier League team is nicknamed the Potters?
Stoke City. Yeah, I think it is. Stoke City Football Club.
You're going Stoke City FC?
Yes.
He said Stoke-on-Trent, and you're going Stoke City FC?
Indeed.
The answer I'm looking for is Stoke City FC. Well done, team. Well played to you. Excellent work. Wow. All right. Chaser, you have 2 seconds on the clock, and your time restarts. Now, which Australian singer married British model Katie Price? Wow. Wow. That is truly tremendous, team. $52,000. What a terrific team you've been. No one's beaten at 14 before. Isn't it exciting, Issa?
It hurts a lot, but you're such a lovely team.
Such a
Four lovely
terrific
people.
team. Yeah.
Enjoy the money. Well done.
Hey, thanks for being with us. See you next time on The Chase Australia.
Tonight, the partner of a mother of 4 accused of mowing her down in his car. The plan to turn the city into a fortress to keep revellers safe on New Year's Eve. The residents living in fear of young thugs who destroyed their community centre. Another life lost from the fiery crash that tore apart a young actor's family. Also, the secret plan to turn Federation Square green. And England accused of ball tampering as rain sets in at the MCG.
Live from our Melbourne headquarters, this is 7 News with Mike Amor.
Good evening. The partner of a popular Kyneton mother of 4 has faced court charged with her murder. She was speaking to her friend on her mobile phone moments before she was attacked, with police saying her injuries were consistent with being hit by a car.
Okay, day 6 of my 22 push-up challenge.
Alicia Keylittle was a fun mother of 4, seen here challenging a friend to a push-up competition. Alicia died next to a water tank outside the Kyneton home she shared with her partner Charlie. He has been charged with Alicia's murder. Police say a report on her death found blunt trauma consistent with being hit by a car.
She's a great friend. Great friend.
Melissa Sell was on the phone to Alicia moments before Alicia died. She'd called to wish Melissa a belated Merry Christmas.
I was talking to her, and then she was gone.
Paramedics came but couldn't save Alicia. 7 News understands her partner Charlie called friends to say they'd had an argument. For those friends, it was the first sign of any trouble. A ute parked outside the property was taken for forensic tests. When police left this morning, the house was unattended, which meant the couple's animals were alone for hours. So neighbours have come to check on Alicia's horses, and this afternoon the ranger came and took 2 pet dogs away in their van. Alicia loved her horses. This is her video with one of them.
He's exchanged shots with police in South Australia.
I
Actually hit one of them. I don't think the guy was even any...
I can't believe it's real. I can't believe it's happened.
Blake Johnson, 7 News.
The city will be fortified with bollards and hundreds of extra police on patrol during New Year's Eve celebrations. Victoria Police say there will be no tolerance for antisocial behaviour on the biggest night of the year.
It's a night famous for its pyrotechnics, but there's no room for fireworks among revellers this New Year's Eve.
If you're the 1% who's not going to do the right thing, don't come into the city of Melbourne for New Year's Eve.
Come December 31st, close to 500,000 people will pack the city streets. With alcohol set to flow freely and the memory of the Flinders Street attack still fresh in their minds, police are leaving nothing to chance.
There will be hundreds of additional police, a visible police presence.
While there's no specific threat to attack New Year's celebrations, bollards will be installed at 8 high-priority sites and the centre of the CBD will be closed to traffic. There'll also be harsh penalties for those who lash out at emergency service workers.
We don't join this job to be a punching bag, even though at times we get put in those situations. So rest assured, if you want to take us on, then you'll pay the price.
Once the night is over, the real challenge will be getting 500,000 people home from the CBD. There'll be plenty of additional services on offer, but few buses for those in outlying areas.
All they can do is wait until dawn when the buses start up again, or I suppose go to the nearest station, and they might have a very long walk ahead of them.
If you live in Doncaster, there will be additional buses on the most popular routes until 2 a.m. But in and around Altona Meadows and Point Cook, and from Mulgrave right down to Mornington, there'll be no special services.
This year we made a conscious decision to put an extra 100 trains on. So with 100 trains I can get 50,000 people in and out of the city, as opposed to a night network which is very limited patronage.
Perhaps the only way to avoid the chaos is to plan ahead. Jodie Lee, 7 News.
An alcohol ban on St Kilda Beach has been extended following wild scenes on Christmas Day. Tegan Doling joins us now from St Kilda. Tegan, what's prompted this?
Well, Mike, there were quite disgusting scenes down here earlier in the week. Around 5,000 partygoers, many of them backpackers, destroyed the foreshore. Now, they were drinking alcohol by the trolley load and left behind 29 tonnes of rubbish. Council workers spent hours on Boxing Day picking up shards of glass. In response, the Port Phillip Council has banned alcohol in all areas. including all class public zones, until February 15. And there will be a 24-hour booze ban on Australia Day.
St Kilda currently has a bit of an alcohol culture. We want it to be known for a fantastic, vibrant and beautiful place for people to come to. And that's what we're seeking. We're not seeking to have people come here and just get drunk.
Now, the council will meet again in February to decide whether the booze ban will continue until the end of summer. Mike?
Thanks, Tegan. Tegan Doling there in St Kilda. One of our top cops have made the extraordinary claim there are no gangs in Melbourne. That's news to Tarneet residents living in fear after a group of African youths laid waste to a new estate's community centre.
It's the community centre that has the community living in fear. Local youths have destroyed it. They smash windows, start fires, kick holes in the walls, graffiti, leave rubbish everywhere, drink and take drugs.
We bought this house because of that park. It's so beautiful park that we really don't go out. We feel safe in my house, but I don't go more out.
We hear like glass breaking and like just them jumping on the roof and everything. It's just like, it's really bad.
It was meant to be a haven for families in the Tarneet housing estate, but residents say young Sudanese men and others gather to cause trouble.
20 or 30 people, sometimes 50 people.
We walk here now, but I wouldn't be coming out here at night. It's horrible to live here actually. We are planning to move out.
One resident arms himself so he can get from his car to his house.
Sometimes it's something in the car like a knife or cricket bat.
Among the graffiti, the letters MTS, which stands for Menace to Society, said to be a largely African gang responsible for trashing a Werribee house last week.
I don't accept for 1 minute that we do have gangs. I urge you not to play up to the ego of these young people by calling them a gang.
Fucking idiot.
Fed up residents have been complaining about this mess for months, but the local Wyndham Council has wiped their hands of it because it's not their land. They say it's a body corporate problem. Youth worker Robert Adua says parents, police and council need to intervene.
Kids like to spend time here because it's a, it's a deserted area, and it's a space that they can hang out with because no one, have the ownership of it.
Paul Dowsley, 7 News.
This next report is a frightening warning to every parent. A man has tried to abduct an 8-year-old girl in broad daylight. He tried to snatch the girl from a car parked behind a pub at Emerald in central Queensland. He was caught in the act by the hotel manager and fled.
Everyone's in shock, not just the parents, but obviously the police are having a look at the footage. It's a very, very brazen attempt.
The girl was being dropped home after a birthday party. A man is behind bars tonight accused of the terrifying kidnapping of a woman who was held captive over the Christmas break. She was assaulted and stabbed with a screwdriver before managing to escape after 5 days of being held hostage.
In sleepy suburbia, one woman's Christmas became 5 days of trauma.
She's quite stressed. Obviously, as you can imagine, it was an extremely traumatic incident.
34-year-old Daniel Cameron is accused of kidnapping his on and off again girlfriend. A Victorian woman 7 News has chosen not to identify, accused of attacking her with a screwdriver and baseball bat.
Definitely what we would term as actual bodily harm. We just need some further details from doctors to see if those injuries will escalate to a higher level.
The woman told police on the 21st of December she was kidnapped from her Wodonga home in Victoria, taken across the border into Albury and kept in at least 2 different homes for 5 days. On Boxing Day she made her escape and went to police to report the incident. The following day they made their move, arresting the suspect at a home in Lavington. His mother feeling mixed emotions outside Albury Police Station.
Will you be standing by your son?
Well, I always am. No, always will.
After he appeared on 9 charges, he didn't apply for bail. Cameron refused to appear here at Albury Local Court, instead fronting the charges via video link from a cell just metres away. The allegations have left Albury residents rattled.
I thought it was pretty vile. Yeah, didn't think it would happen in a small rural city like Albury Wodonga.
Cameron will be back in court in 10 days, in a town still shaken by this woman's shocking story. Olivia Leeming, 7 News.
Two women claim they were threatened with a gun after a minor collision at a Springvale McDonald's. The women claim a silver sedan towing a trailer hit their vehicle as they were parked in the waiting bay. When the driver confronted the occupants of the other car, they allegedly threatened her with a firearm. The people in the silver sedan are described as Asian, aged in their 20s or 30s. The sister of actress Jessica Falkholt has died after the horror road crash that also claimed the life of her parents. This is the last photo of them taken on Christmas Day, just hours before the highway smash that's devastated two families. A mother and a son in unimaginable pain. Their family left broken, another decimated by a crash so horrific those left behind may never truly know what happened.
All we can do is give them our heartfelt commiserations, you know.
I'm really sorry that it had to happen, and it's an unfortunate accident to anyone, but